of musuq. There's a whole group of animals that have been declared haram in Shia fiqh based on fabricated narrations that claim that the reason why they're haram is because they are reincarnations of sinful humans. And this is their attributed, this kind of khurafat is attributed to our imams, mostly through weak and fabricated chains, but sometimes occasionally, you shouldn't be surprised.
The significance of mosque in Islamic belief. For Muslims, the concept of mosque reminds them of God's power and justice. It also illustrates the ultimate consequences of rebellion against divine commands. As the Quran explicitly mentions, denying mosque would mean ignoring these verses and the lessons they offer. The first interpretation, a metaphorical change. An interpretation suggests that mosque wasn't a physical transformation, but a metaphorical one. Here's how they explain it. These Israelites behaved immorally, like monkeys and pigs, refusing to correct their ways. As a result, God made their immoral behaviors a permanent part of their character. They didn't physically change, but their inability to change their sinful ways by itself was a punishment. The second interpretation, a physical transformation without loss of humanity. This is the most commonly accepted explanation. God physically transformed these sinners so their faces resembled those of monkeys and pigs. Despite their external transformation, they remained human internally. They could still feel pain, humiliation, and the weight of their punishment. Why? If they had been transformed entirely and lost their human nature, they wouldn't have been able to feel the punishment of humiliation intended as a lesson. These transformed individuals lived for only 3 days before their total annihilation, leaving no descendants. Key point, the animals we see today, monkeys, pigs, and others, are not descendants of these transformed sinners. They existed before and after the transformation and extinction of the sinners described in the Islamic texts. The third interpretation, complete transformation. This interpretation goes further. The sinners were entirely transformed into monkeys and pigs, both physically and spiritually. They lost all human characteristics, becoming indistinguishable from actual animals. This complete transformation was a severe warning and lesson for others, showing that their immoral behavior could lead to a total loss of humanity. What do these interpretations teach us? God's power is limitless. The Quran emphasizes that nothing is beyond God's power. Verses like Surah Al-Imran 3:189 and Surah Yasin 36:82 remind us that if God wills something, He can make it happen. Therefore, even the third interpretation of complete transformation is valid because God can transform humans into animals. A lesson for humanity. The forms of pigs and monkeys were used to transform sinners as a curse, not because these animals were inherently sinful. As a result, eating such animals was prohibited, not because they were once humans, but because their forms were associated with punishment.